YouTube. What's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video. And in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're going to be talking about Sam Howell being the QB1 and also one specific offensive coordinator that the Washington Commanders seem to be interested in. And honestly, he looks like he's the front runner. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button if you are new. Thank you so much. Trying to get to 6,000 as quickly as possible. And now with that out the way, let's get straight into today's video. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I just got finished watching the Seattle Seahawks versus 49ers wild card game, and I couldn't help but think that should be us, okay? That should be us in playing, that have played San Francisco, right? Instead of Seattle, right? But we already went down that road, too many times. It really doesn't matter at this point because we can't change it. But I just couldn't help myself but watch them and be like, we should be playing right now. I don't know if we beat San Francisco, but I definitely could tell you we don't lose 41-20 or 41-17 or whatever the final score was. I can guarantee that. We should be playing. But again, neither here nor there at this moment. Now we're in the offseason, right? And some news came out today that the Washington Commanders, Ron Rivera, as we know, they're looking for a new offensive coordinator after firing Scott Turner. They're telling offensive coordinator candidate that they want to get that Sam Howell is the quarterback one. So they're going into this process with letting people that they're interested in and people that are interested in this vacancy that Sam Howell's the quarterback one. Okay, so whatever scheme, whatever stuff you want to do, you gotta know that Sam Howell is gonna be your quarterback one, at least to start it off. Obviously, we know when we get to the summertime, Ron's gonna talk about competition. He has to earn it, But as of right now, he's letting people know that at least starting off, Sam Howell's the QB1. And honestly, like I said, that is probably the best thing that he could do. That's the best thing he could do because no one wants to constantly. First of all, you're not in a position to draft none of the top guys, whether it's CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. I know people want to say Will Levis and all. You're not in a position to draft none of the top guys for real. So you will have to then trade up to get one of those guys if you absolutely love them, which I don't know if we do, right? So you're not in a position to draft one of the young guys, and then no one wants to constantly get these veteran retreads. Okay, we've done this the first 3 years Ron has been here, or really first two, or last two rather. In 2021, we got Ryan Fitzpatrick. How did that work out for you? Didn't work out at all. The guy literally didn't play the whole season. He got hurt in the second quarter of the first game. And then this year, you go out and get Carson Wentz. That was terrible for you. So now you go into year 4 with not having your quarterback, and and there's no veteran quarterback out there that I want that I look at and say, yeah, he's gonna put us over the top to win a Super Bowl. No, Derek Carr doesn't move the needle for me. Geno Smith, even though he's gonna be planning to return to Seattle, he was supposed to be a free agent this offseason. What's my guy's name? Jimmy Garoppolo. Like none of these veteran guys move the needle for me. Right, and then speaking on Derek Carr, you will have to be eating a hell lot of money with his salary, so that cuts into your spending this offseason. We're trying to extend guys like Deron Payne, Karen McCurl, Cole Holcomb, all those guys. Taylor Heineke, if you're gonna bring them back, so Derek Carr wouldn't even be a financial smart way. Jimmy Garoppolo, same thing. He's not gonna put us on top to win a Super Bowl. So I think Ron Rivera's only really legitimate option is to wing it with the young guy, right? Wing it with the young guy. Bring in a really good offensive coordinator that can possibly save his job. Because with the potential sale of this franchise, Ron Rivera is going to be on a pretty much an interview year next year. Like he's going to be on a let's see how it goes under the new regime. It's going to be a big year for him. And I hear a lot of people say that Ron isn't going to hire a good offensive coordinator or something like that because he's trying to save his job or whatever. And I'm like, you guys just assuming that he won't hire a really good offensive coordinator because he's already assuming that he's not going to be here in 2024. That shouldn't be his mindset. His mindset should be, let me go out and try to get the best possible offensive coordinator so I can impress the new regime to keep me here longer. A lot of you guys, and I said this on Pedro's stream yesterday, so go ahead and check that out if you didn't. Like the 45-minute mark, I said a lot of you guys are going in with the mindset that Ron Rivera is already assuming that his job is gone. If he wants to save his job, the best thing he can do is find a guy that is going to fit what fits best with Sam Howell's ability to win him games. The worst thing Ron Rivera can do again is go 7-8, 8-8, 9-8, and miss the playoffs. And with getting another veteran quarterback, that's what it's gonna be. So the best thing for Ron Rivera to do, whether he's gonna be here in the future or not, is to roll with Sam Howell, because either Sam Howell's gonna be really, really good to where he's going to be the Washington Commanders franchise quarterback. Ron's going to be here, and we're going to make the playoffs and possibly win a playoff game or two. Or Sam Howell's going to be really, really bad, and we're going to be picking top 3, top 5 in the draft next year. I would prefer to have that be over this again for the 4th straight year. 7-8 wins again. I don't want that. That's how you get canned, Ronald. That's how you get canned. So that's that. Sam Howell, he's going into with these offensive coordinator interviews with telling people Sam Howell is the quarterback one as of right now. That's the right move. Now, as we speaking of candidates, okay, we've talked about Mike Shula. We talked about some other guys. Ken Zampese being an in-home move. They wanted Jim Caldwell, but he told him no. Cliff Kingsbury told us specifically no, but told everybody no, he's not interested in coaching right now. But a guy that I was surprised a lot of people didn't speak of was Pat Shumer. And Pat Shumer is now becoming a favorite to become Washington's offensive coordinator. Let me actually go ahead and read you guys the exact post here. It says former head coach and offensive coordinator Pat Shumer is a candidate for the Commanders' vacant offensive coordinator job, per Nikki Giavala. Shumer is a firm believer in running the ball and has developed some young quarterbacks. And my honest thoughts on that, I don't want Pat Shumer. Okay, but the reality is this is the kind of guy that Ron Rivera wants. This is the kind of guy that I'm pretty sure we're going to end up with. A guy that believes in running the ball way more than passing, a guy that has some history in developing some young quarterbacks, which, in my opinion, by the list of guys that he has developed, it's not really nobody like crazy. It's really nobody that's crazy that he's developed. I mean, Daniel Jones, I guess, he's developed him a little bit. I see Sam Bradford on this list. Let's see what are some other guys. He really hasn't developed nobody that's crazy good, right? So with the developing young quarterbacks thing, you can take that with a grain of salt. But honestly, I think this is the kind of guy that Ron Rivera is looking to hire. I think this is the kind of guy that we're probably going to end up with because of the kind of guy that Ron Rivera wants on his staff. He wants a guy that is old school. He wants a guy that believes in running the ball, possession, holding on to the ball for a long time, winning time possession like it's 1980. And I don't want that. We need a young, innovative mind that's going to come in here and build his offense around Sam Howell's strengths. You didn't pay Terry McLaurin all this money to be a run first team. You didn't bring in Curtis Samuel to be a run first team. You didn't draft a first round wide receiver in Jahan Dotson that, not to mention, killed it this season. And if it wasn't for his injuries, he probably would be offensive rookie of the year. He was on pace to have probably the most touchdowns out of not just the rookie class, but the whole wide receivers in this year's season. You didn't do all of that. You didn't put all this money into the wide receiver position to not pass the ball, not to be a pass-first offense. That's how I'm looking at it. But apparently they're looking at it from a total different spectrum, and I don't like that. That's what's wrong with this regime. I don't like it. I think we need to go get a guy that is going to be a pass-first guy that's going to look to move the ball through the air. You know, and obviously, I'm not saying we never run the ball. That's not what I'm saying. That would just be ludicrous. Like, that's crazy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is pick your spots when you want to run the ball. Am I saying be a Chargers offense? No. Run the ball. We got Brian Robinson, we got Antonio Gibson. But this 2-to-1 ratio, okay, where run the ball twice, every time, run the ball 2 times, and for every one pass. Come on, bro. What? That's ridiculous. We need a guy that's going to come in here and have a balanced offense, but that also leans more towards passing, that's going to have a friendly offense for people to learn easily, and also a guy that's going to convert in the red zone and turn our red zone trips into touchdowns. We have one of the worst red zone offenses in the NFL. A guy that's going to convert third downs. Make this an exciting, fun team to watch. Like, I look at Kansas City, and before they snap the ball, they're coming out and spinning in a circle, jumping up and down, and like just being creative and having fun. You don't get none of that in Washington. And that's just due part to the kind of guy we got, man. We got an old school guy, a guy that's stuck in yesteryear. And until that change, I don't see us hiring a guy that is going to be what we want as fans. I see us hiring probably Pat Shumer, Mike Shula, somebody that's close to Ron Rivera, and somebody that wants to do what Ron Rivera wants to do, and that's run the ball and control the clock and win games 17-15 like it's 1985 again. But let me know what you guys think of this video in the comment section down below. One positive is that Sam Howell is going to be QB1, at least to start, and Ron Rivera is going into these interviews and telling these offensive coordinators prior to hand that Sam Howell's going to be the guy you're working with, at least to start. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section, and then let me know what you guys think about the potential hire of Pat Shumer being the Washington Commanders offensive coordinator. Leave all that below in the comment section. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Trying to make this the fastest growing year so far. As always, me and boy Juan Gotti. See you next time. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you pop, get you poppin', get you droppin', slide on the one where they get you boxed on.